All right, so ever find yourself wishing you could bring a little more peace, a little more zen to your, well, online shopping cart?
It's not always the most tranquil experience, is it?
Not exactly, but that's what we're diving into today. We were inspired by Dee, everyone's favorite frugal feng shui guru.
Right, right. D.
Exactly. She got us thinking about mindful online shopping. How can we be more intentional? Maybe even find some enjoyment in the process.
Music to my ears. We're going to unpack D's best tips, but we're going deeper, looking at the psychology behind those online shopping features, the ones that really seem to resonate with people, especially if you're all about that calm, curated life.
And if you're familiar with Dee at all, she is all about creating that peaceful home environment. And you know what? One of her secret weapons, Amazon Prime.
Of course.
She even shared her Amazon storefront link with us, which, don't worry, we will make sure to include in the show notes for this deep dive so you guys can check it out. But it's just really interesting, when you think about it, how influencers like Dee, they really leverage these platforms like Amazon.
It's genius, really. It's like what they're doing is they're curating a collection, right?
Yeah.
And it reflects their whole lifestyle, their philosophy.
Yeah.
And then it makes it super easy for their followers, for anyone, to recreate that same vibe, that same aesthetic in their own lives.
It's like a pre-designed mood board, but for like your whole house and life.
Exactly. You got it.
And speaking of finding your calm in the middle of what can feel like chaos, Dee is a huge fan of Amazon Prime Day. She swears by it. She says those 2 days are like a godsend because it actually allows her to slow down, really think about the purchases she's making. It's funny because if you've ever heard Dee talk, she's always saying, I don't do anything fast.
And that's actually really smart. There's something to be said for taking your time. But also, think about it. Prime Day. Despite the name, it's a 2-day event.
It is.
And what that does, even if it's subtle, it's a nudge against that whole impulse shopping frenzy.
It is.
It lessens that feeling of urgency, gotta get it now.
Right.
And then combine that with a painless return policy, what happens. That anxiety of buyer's remorse, way less of an issue.
Yeah, they sort of ease you into it.
Totally.
I like that. But you know what else Dee mentioned, and I thought this was really interesting? She pointed out that Prime, it's not even just about the shopping.
No, it's not.
Right? You get all those streaming services, too. I mean,
Yeah.
She's not even a huge hockey fan or anything, but she loves that she can stream NHL games with her Prime membership.
It's true. Life keeper everything simple.
Although she did say these days, she actually prefers to just listen to it.
I can see it.
But that's really it, right? That's Amazon's sticky ecosystem. They're bringing you into the shopping, but they're adding all this extra value. It makes that subscription almost feel like you need it. Even if you're not someone who's constantly buying it.
You don't have to be a shopaholic to see how you feel. It's true.
It's very smart. And that's one of the choices people that I saw last was really crucial to how she approached online shopping. This is a too. She is a stickler for checking her and she reads what every other platform is before she even considers purchasing.
Well, of course, that makes sense, right? Reviews, they happen to are very important. It's called social proof. We're just providing this way. Trust is way more than any fancy marketing conference. Especially if we're talking about a specific atmosphere in our homes. These will tranquil sit, then buy. It's like getting
This conversation got me thinking. Because, sure, we all know online shopping, it can feel really overwhelming, right?
Mm-hmm.
But maybe there are ways to tailor it to our needs, to our personalities. Kind of like Dee's figured out.
100%. That's mindfulness, right? It's being aware of what your triggers are, the things that make you feel stressed or anxious about shopping online, and then using the tools and the strategies, whether it's the features that come with Prime or taking the time to read through reviews, or maybe it's even using budgeting apps or setting a timer to limit your browsing time. It's about creating a more positive, a more intentional experience for yourself.
It's like, how do we bring that same Zen energy that we're trying to cultivate in our homes to our digital shopping cart? I like that.
Exactly.
All right, listeners, I want to hear from you. How do you find your Zen amidst the whirlwind of online shopping?